Well, it's a Sunday and I'm getting ready to go out and play. I'm going to go on a hike and spend time with my family. But before I do, I want to address a question that I got from one of my subscribers about paying to be on podcast shows. Do I pay the host to be on their show? Is it a common practice? And how many hosts ask you to pay? Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and the 100 Club, where we work with experts showing them how to find 100 podcast interviews in record time. And 100 podcast interviews they don't have to pay for. Now, when I got this message, I thought, I've gotten quite a few people who have actually asked that question, do I pay to get on a show? And I know that there are hosts that ask anywhere from $5 to $10 to cover expenses of doing the show notes, getting the notes transcribed. And quite seriously, $5 or $10 in some ways seems to devalue the show. That's just my personal opinion. And if you're charging $5 to $10 and it's helping you to offset the cost, that's great if it works. Now you might be hearing my dog in the background. She's saying, come on, hurry up. I want to go on a hike. But I really felt the need to share this insight with you. Other shows charge as much as $1,000, $2,000, and I even heard of Hay House charging $5,000. Now, I haven't seen that for myself, but I've heard that from a few people. There's my dog again. She really wants to go on her hike. But, okay, Roxy, I'll be right with you. My life is filled with animals. I've got dogs, I've got a cat, I've got chickens, I've got horses, I've got barn mice, I've got, you name it, we've got it. And I'm going to take a short break here, and I'm going to close my door so I can continue the recording. Okay, I took a short break. I closed my door. Now, here's the thing. In certain instances, paying to be on a show might be a good choice. In most cases, and for most people just starting to explore the possibilities of getting lots of podcast interviews, I would say the times that you do pay, 99.9% of the time, you don't. What I mean by that is go out and find plenty of opportunities to get on a lot of shows. And if you're a bona fide expert, and I'm speaking about bona fide experts, I'm not saying use podcast shows to build your expertise. I'm saying use podcast interviews to create massive value for the marketplace, to reach massive numbers of people and get your message out in a big way. But imagine, if you will, even if you paid $100 per show to be on the show, okay, you might be paying a virtual assistant. You might be paying a company like mine where we actually go out and find opportunities for our clients. Or you might be doing all the research work yourself, the outreach yourself, and all of that. But there's time involved, and then you're paying the host in addition to that. Let's say that you get on 10 shows per month, and the average price that you're paying, if you're going to pay $100, $200, $500, that adds up quite a bit by the end of the month. My recommendation is that you actually start by looking for shows that are looking for high-valued experts. They're not looking for your pocketbook. They're looking for high-valued experts. And I actually work with experts with my 100 Club, which you can click the link powerupforprofits.com/100 Club, and you can read all about it. I take 12 people. We're already starting to fill up for our September 10th start date. And it's a great opportunity for you to find out what you need to do to get lots of podcast interview opportunities. We do mock interviews, so I really help you fine-tune your message. You get one-on-one coaching time with me. I actually bonus you 2 shows where we'll go out and find 2 shows specific to your genre. I give you a list that my research team puts together specific to your genre of 20 listings that are looking for guests like you. And again, this is for bona fide experts. I'm not looking for people that are trying to figure out what they want to do when they grow up. And that's fine. I'm not passing judgment on it. I'm just telling you this is a very advanced course. It's a 30-day program, and we meet once a week virtually by Zoom. We have a lot of accountability measures. There's a members area where you download training material. There's a Facebook group. So it really gets you prepared for what you need to do to go out and find a lot of opportunities. Now, imagine, if you will, that you have a show host asking you, like this woman said, one show wanted $2,000 to do a 30-minute interview they did no marketing. It's just, you pay $2,000, you're on our show. The other one, it was for 10 minutes for $5,000. And I said, is there a launch behind it? And she said, no, it's just 10 minutes and you're connected with the brand that they've created, which if you go in with eyes wide open, that's great. But most people assume that they're going to get great opportunities from one show. And I'm here to tell you, rarely does that happen. It's the critical mass that you create. I remember a few years ago, I was working with a client who was convinced that if she went to a Barbara D'Angelo conference, it was a $5,000 conference Barbara was putting on, and this woman wrote a book on divorce, and she said, if I can go to the conference and I can get Barbara to do an endorsement on my book will hit #1 bestseller, and I won't ever have to work again. I won't ever have to write again. And I'm like, why would a writer want to never write again? But that's a whole different issue. And she was convinced that if she paid the $5,000, Barbara would be, in a way, a kind of guilt tripped into doing the endorsement. I said, you know what? It doesn't work like that. A lot of high-level experts, they are very, very particular about whose books they will endorse. And just going to her conference does not guarantee that she's going to do it. She goes, no, no, no. I know. I've done my research. I know this is going to happen. She went to the conference, paid her $5,000. Barbara hardly even spoke to her. And it wasn't because Barbara didn't want to speak to her. It's that Barbara was really busy with other things. When she asked Barbara to endorse her book, Barbara said, we don't do book endorsements. She goes, I stopped doing that quite a while ago. Had the woman really done her research, she would have saved herself $5,000, and she could have paid that $5,000 to a support team to go out and find her plenty of opportunities. Now, with my 100 Club, what the goal is to get 100 podcast interview shows within a very short period of time. And imagine, if you will, if you were doing 2, 3, 4, 5 shows a week by the end of a year. Let's say it's 5 shows a week. You really focus, you roll up your sleeves, you use the strategies that I teach, and you get in there and you get 1 show a day, and you do it Monday through Friday. By the end of a year, that's 52 times 5. That would be over 250 shows that you would be on. Even if you only had an average download, which this is really low, but an average download of 100 or 1,000 downloads per episode, that's 250,000 people who will hear your message in very concentrated efforts. So my encouragement to you is to really look at how you're investing your money. My encouragement to you is, if you're serious about getting a lot of podcast interviews, check out the 100 Club. We have a few spots left for the September 10th start date. And I can assure you, you read the testimonials on the page, those are all people who have gone through the program who are getting great results. And the accountability measures in and of themselves are well worth the investment. But the reality is, the whole point of this particular vlog, I should say, that I'm doing is that I really want you to look at when you're tempted to just buy your way to success. You cannot buy your way to success. There are people that have done it, but the reality is, for most of us, we have to work for our success. When I started eating plant-based nearly a year ago, I knew that it was probably going to release some of my weight, but I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. I knew I had to stay committed to the plant-based eating way of life. As a result, I've lost over 30 pounds, and I've kept that 30 pounds off. But it's a consistent effort. Add to that I run on a regular basis. I go to the gym on a regular basis. I exercise on a regular basis. And if I didn't do that on a regular basis, I wouldn't have the health that I have today, or the vitality, or the energy. It's the same with getting a lot of visibility in your business. If you're an author and you're looking for a lot of visibility with your book, podcast interviews are a great way to do it. I actually do a training where I talk about Hal Elrod, Lisa Nichols, Mel Robbins, some of the biggest names out there who really got their name put on the map by doing a lot of podcast interviews. So, should you pay to be on a show? I don't think so. Should you hire a team to help you get on shows? That might be a better investment. If you'd like to have a conversation about this, all you need to do is send me a private message via Facebook, or email me at Kathleen@KathleenGage.com. That's Kathleen@KathleenGage.com. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Or if you know that you're ready to really fast track your visibility, get your name out there in a big way, and get some really high-level advanced training on how to do so, join the 100 Club. Just go to powerupforprofits.com/100 Club. powerupforprofits.com/100 Club. And I really look forward to talking with those of you who just have questions about it. Also, please subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the bell notification and the subscribe button. Hit the like button, because when you hit the like button, I get YouTube love. And the more YouTube love I get, the more this video goes out to other people. So thank you for watching, and I encourage you, go out there, play in a big way, but don't try to buy your way to success. Work for it, visualize it, do the footwork, be inspired with the ideas that come, and take inspired action. I have a whole training on inspired action about, these ideas come to you for a reason. I started the 100 Club based on an idea that came to me on a run one day. I was out there running and I was thinking, what is it people really, really need? They need to learn how to fish. They don't need to have a fish given to them. They need to learn how to fish. And if you have a support team that helps you, let's talk about that, because I can either work with you individually and your team, or you can have a team member join you in the training. This is Kathleen Gage inviting you. Have a great day. Now I'm going to go and take that hike with my dog. Bye-bye.